La 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 la. Okay. This video shares content you may want to consider to include for a competitive CV. People design and organize their contents uniquely to add personality. You can begin designing your CV how you see fit once you've collected and written all of your information needed to begin competing at the highest level. First things first, CV stands for curriculum vitae, which directly translates to course of one's life. Essentially, the CV expresses previous experience, your education, and anything that adds to you qualifying for said submission. It seems obvious, but you'll want to include your first and last name. Typically, it can be bolded or its font size increased to ensure it's seen and remembered. Next, include your email, a very professional email. You may want to create a new email, or if you already have one with your first and last name or a shell management company that you like to work under, and make that professional as possible. After you include your email, include the best telephone number for contact. You can even add your social media handles. Personally, I've changed all my handles to be uniformed at SUNIMULLEN in order to keep searches easy for me and for others. You'll want to share relevant education. If you are in university currently, be sure to place your expected graduation year. If you've already graduated, you'll want to put the fall or spring, as well as the year of which you graduated. If you've never exhibited work, do not panic. Now is a perfect time to begin initiating shows for yourself and writing proposals for spaces that host local artists and their work. I created how to write an art proposal so you can activate your space in your community. You may see a coffee shop or a bookstore or even a restaurant and inquire to see how other artists are able to exhibit their work in those spaces, and then begin formulating your own proposal so you can then begin exhibiting in your local community. Be proactive in your participation and always show up for yourself. If you have exhibited your work, whether group shows, independent shows, galleries, museums, even virtual exhibitions, a new section should be added titled Exhibitions or Selected Exhibitions. Selected Exhibitions just means you've selected the most noteworthy. If you do not have a whole bunch to choose from, you can just list all the ones that you've participated so far. Next, if you have published any work, blogs, or have any write-ups or featured videos, the next section should be titled Selected Publications. So sometimes something will be written up, but it may not be as noteworthy. If you don't have a lot to choose from, again, you can include all of this, but as you begin to have a larger repertoire to pull from, that's when selected publications comes in, and you can also then again include the most noteworthy. Here, self-published blogs, online or print copywriting for other publications, videos you are featured in, interviews, and more can all be listed and hyperlinked here. I like hyperlinking everything so that just in case they follow up or have any questions, you can counter it with the link already being there. So if they click on the PDF, it'll lead them to whatever video or written publication or something that you've published yourself. All those backlinks are incredibly helpful, and you can include them throughout your entire CV. If you have received any special recognitions, a section for awards, grants, and scholarships may be added as well. If you haven't yet received any, it's okay, but if you are in university, chances are you may have been awarded a scholarship, so you can begin looking at your financial aid package and make a note of them and include those in your CV, especially if they're art related. If you're listening to all of this and feel like you don't have much, take a deep breath and think about what you have done so far up until this point and your vision for yourself. You may have to begin with an artist bio to start and build on as you begin to gain experience and activate your agency. So sometimes people get intimidated by having a CV because they feel like they don't have anything, right? But you have something because you've shown up here for yourself and you're trying to figure out how to formulate what you have done so far in an organized way. you may have to begin with an artist bio. So if you just begin with a biography, you get to talk about who you are as a person and what you will do in the future and what you also plan on doing. And writing it down in paragraph form can be helpful once it's time to make bullet points. Somewhere in here, you can add a place to share which collections you are a part of, mentioning notable collectors, museums, or galleries. If no one has collected your work, you can leave this blank or omit it from the CV. But if some people have purchased your work or acquired your work, maybe they're not notable collectors, but they're in different locations, you can mention where your art currently resides, whether it be in Boston, New York, Spain, South Africa. You can label where your artwork is currently being shown in people's personal homes or museums and galleries that have collected your work so far. Essentially, to recap, here are the sections you will want to include to have a competitive artist CV that includes your strides and prove you to be someone invested in their practice. So 1, your name, 2, your email, 3, your telephone number, 4, your education with expected graduation date if you are still in university, and if you've already graduated, the semester which you graduated, including the year. Exhibitions/selected exhibitions, totally up to you and your preference. Collections of which you are a part of. Awards and scholarships, including the year received and if they're reoccurring. Publications and selected publications. Some other content you can also consider are residencies, if you participated in any type of residency, where, how long, and the year. Also commissions. The CV will be clear and concise, very easy to follow, and at most 2 pages unless otherwise noted by any submissions and submission forms. This should be a good foundation for you to lift off from. Be open and willing to morph your CV as you grow and mature as an artist, and always keep a base that includes everything you have done as to be able to pull from whenever needed. So I always keep essentially like a master copy that includes everything that I have done, and based upon where I'm submitting to or sending my CV to, I can pull and take away as needed, while also remembering that I have this master copy and not to forget anything. See y'all next week.